Hello, everybody. My name is Daniel Bay, and welcome to my new YouTube. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this channel, I want to be talking about what I have learned, explaining, introducing about what I have learned in my social studies space. So I want to talk about my social studies 1127. That's pretty high pace. So the overall title is the Westward Expansion. So it teaches we should learn about the moving frontier, which happened in 1700s to 1850s, which the trans-Appalachians and trans-Mississippian explorations. There were mountains men's and there are Texas and the far west. And second, we should learn about the final frontier. So it happened in 1850 to 1890. The gold fever and lawlessness, the cattlemen's and the farmers, transportations and communications, Indians and white men's and witness of God. And also teach you an important characteristics called to be persuasive, to motivating and directing others to see issues from God's point of view. Okay, I'll talk about the moving frontiers first. The Trans-Appalachians, what are they? And who are the Trans-Mississippi? What are the Trans-Mississippi exploration? So, in consideration of land features as well as individuals who settled there, distinct differences existed between the Atlantic coast and the American frontier. By 1670, colonists had settled the coastal lowlands of the east as far as the fall line. Where fall line is where the waterfalls or rapids impeded navigations. So later, the Europeans pushed farther west to the Appalachian foothills, which became the first American West or the Old West. These frontier people were often of the origins other than English and were more likely French Huguenots, Jews, Irish Catholics, Scottish Presbyterians, German Mennonites, Dunkers, Moravians, and Lutherans. Most were former indentured servants, political exiles, peasants, and religious refugees who had fled the famine and the persecutions of Europe. Because of the maltreatment they themselves had experienced, these frontiermen were more likely to be egalitarian than their forerunners on the East Coast. So, due to their contrasting experiences and backgrounds, the two basic but very different cultures emerged. So, the coastal culture was primarily English with heavy direct European influence and connection. The inland or frontier expression was ethnically and religiously mixed, but was basically egalitarian and manifested a heavy local and totally American attitude and outlook. So there were certain commonalities in the background of two areas, but two cultures maintained distinct and individual differences. So more so in the colonies, a certain degree of isolation grew up on the frontier, which also lent itself to the former of different cultural expression. So, because people had to be self-reliant, they grew to be more freedom and feeling equality more strongly than did the colonists. Thanks for listening to my podcast. My bad. To my YouTube, and enough with. I think I should end this about talking about the moving frontier, how the Trans-Appalachians were formed, and how they're the historical meanings. Yes, thank you, and I hope you can see in my next YouTube. Bye bye.